What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to Kang Bros TV. If every Liverpool fan, didn't wake up this morning going, ole, 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 then I don't know, you ain't a Liverpool fan if you didn't do that this morning. We discussed it, just before we started even, was that I'm very happy with the result because I would have taken 3-0, I would have taken 3-1, I would have taken 2-1, I would have taken 1-0. Let's be real here, fans. We scored 5 goals against Roma. Now, I know you feel slightly different because you was a little bit pissed yesterday. You was cussing when we conceded the 2 goals. But I'm still happy because I believe that Liverpool, even though people haven't scored that many goals at Roma, I think if you're going to come...
Isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's a few records saying that people haven't scored. I don't know how many teams haven't scored there. But I believe that Liverpool, if you're going to come attacking at Liverpool, we will score. Now, I don't know if I'm being overconfident. I'd love to hear what other fans think. But I'm happy with what the result was, and I think we can go there and score, and we probably will win.
Listen, if someone said to me before the game started, you're going to win 5-2, I'll be like, get the fuck out of here. Do you know what I mean? But watching that game yesterday, what frustrates me, like, is I was annoyed. If you watch the videos, you'll know that I'm always the pessimist of the two, and obviously ever the optimist, right? Now, the reason I say I'm a pessimist, you can't deny that you can't not look past what they've done to Barcelona, right? And Barcelona left the door slightly open, right? I think we've left the door open wider with 2 away goals. For me, it should have been 7-0. And I know that sounds crazy, but that game should have been put to bed. We missed too many chances. It sounds like, even when I'm saying it out loud, it sounds mental. But we missed so many chances in that game, and we still scored 5. So I know on the flip side to that, people turn around and be like, yeah, but that would mean that we will score goals there. But it's not going to be like that. That place is... Everyone saw the highlights after the game against Barcelona. That atmosphere was not the one, right? Anfield yesterday was bouncing. It was brilliant. But Roma away, on a European night, when they've got 2 away goals, it's going to be a whole new beast. And now, the only thing I'm saying is, again, it goes back to... I know we've done it at Man City, but Man City is in England. It's the atmospheres. It would have been tough, but it's not Italy. It's not Roma away.
Thing is, people keep alluding to the fact that what they did to Barcelona, right? Are we better than Barcelona? Forget this whole hype around the name of Barcelona and Real Madrid. Is Liverpool better than Barcelona right now? There's going to be a lot of little kids out there. We've got cousins who just play FIFA, get so gassed upon the names of Real Madrid and Barcelona. But are Liverpool better than Barcelona right now? Yes or no?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, but why? Why do you think that? They're not here.
Yeah, I know that, but they are the champions of their league.
They lost to the same team that we beat 5-2 and made them look silly.
But
right?
they beat them 4-1 first leg.
Yeah.
So
I'm asking you the question: is that do you think Liverpool are better than Barcelona? If you had to play Barcelona, would you think Liverpool can't compete with Barcelona?
I think we'd get beat. Yeah.
Based upon what?
Because I think that they'd outgun us. I think because it's basically two. It's attack versus attack, and I think they'd Suarez, Dembele, Messi, Busquets, Iniesta, Rakitic. I think there's a lot more quality that we'd get punished more. I think. Well, it proved yesterday. Well, just to jump in, and the point I want to make it proved yesterday. Lovren for that goal for me. Listen, defending is hard. It's a hard skill. You've got to stay switched on for 90 minutes, and it was a good ball by Nangalan. Don't get me wrong. But defensively, there was 2 things there that he shouldn't be. That was just so wrong. Everyone's up, right? Van Dijk's here, right back, left back. They're in a certain position. Zeko's just peeled off, just run off onto his own. As a defender, you've got to stay brave. You've got to stay sure, right? Why did you keep dropping with him for? Why are you dropping with him for? And then you're flat-footed. You're square. Stay here. He would have been miles offside. The way Zeko's running, watching Nangalan like that. Right, and just carried on running. You're a defence. Everyone else is disciplined enough to do it. Stay up. That ball goes over the top. You're offside. He's dropped. He's not. His body shape was all wrong, and he's got flat-footed, and the ball is. Then he can't get the elevation to head the ball. Great touch and finish. But you try and tell me if it was that level of intensity over and over again, and other teams have that quality. Unfortunately, I don't think that we'll be up to the task. Away from home. I mean, against Man City, we were very, very good. But if it's Barcelona, although it's a stupid question because it's not going to happen, but I think that we'd struggle. Roma's defending yesterday was laughable. It was absolutely shocking. Like Rio Ferdinand said it. you look at that team and you think they've not watched Liverpool all season.
Yeah, the way they planned, I don't know what the plan was. I mean, initially when the game started, 20 minutes, and I thought, you know what, Roma have got a good plan here, because every time Liverpool picked up the ball at the back, defenders got the ball, they were searching for the likes of Henderson, Milner, and Ox, and they just couldn't find them. And they kept going sideways, kept going backwards. I was like, hold on a minute, I'm hoping that Klopp's got a plan B here. It took 20 minutes for Liverpool to find out what the trick was, and it was a pump ball straight over the top, and they just could not handle the pace. So they pushed up so far forward, and the pitch, you think that's a big risk. But it seemed to work for the first 15, but after that, it was literally, pick whatever run you want running through. And that's why I think it was a shame that we saw Ox come off, because Ox would have loved going through the middle there. And going back to the point, and I say is that I don't think Barcelona are the same team that they used to be. They're not as good as they used to be, and I think Liverpool can compete. I know it was a friendly, but Liverpool played, the likes of Messi, Suarez and that played, and they couldn't handle Liverpool on that day either. It was like 4-0, I think. I was at the game. But I just don't think Barcelona are as good as people think they are. And I think Liverpool, like I said, I'm pretty confident that Liverpool will go away and score an away goal. So that's why I'm very happy with the result. And of course, it was a massive downside to conceding those 2 goals, because it still leaves the tie open for anything to happen.
Was it handball for you?
No. Sorry, it was. I think it was. Because I know he didn't have enough time to get out of the way, but he didn't do enough for me to try to get him out of the way. He sort of left his hand there, and he didn't make any sort of adjustments to try and move out of the way. So I think it was a handball, and not at the time, probably didn't. I didn't think it was, but when I saw the replays, I thought it was probably the right decision.
Nah, I'm sorry, I'm not having that whatsoever. Whatsoever. Is that going to be given handball somewhere else on the pitch? Do you reckon?
Yeah, like I said, I'm still going with the thing.
So for me, the reason I don't think it's a handball is because he's come running out to block the shot. His arms are stayed down by his side.
They're not by his side.
That's what they were up here.
It's about here.
It's here, but it's not in an it's in a natural position for what you're trying to do. You're running, you're chasing the ball down. It's not like he's deliberately ran out like that.
Yeah,
he's running. As you run, your arms. No, you're never going to be like that, are they?
No,
and they're never going to be like that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a harsh penalty. Listen, it's one of those. If you're the team receiving it, you're thinking, yeah, it's a pen. If you're the team that's getting it against you, you're thinking it's not a pen. I think because it's like 6-1. That's the argument. But for me personally, I don't think it's a penalty. If I was do you remember when Liverpool had one in the first half when it was Salah hit one and it hit Matey on the arm, and I said that's never a handball.
Yeah.
For me, that's exactly the same principle. If that's a handball, then so is the other one for Liverpool in the first half, or second half, or whatever it was. I'm sorry, it's just too soft, and it's such a big game. It's opened a massive door for what it shouldn't have been. But then saying that, Liverpool defended fucking atrociously for the last 10 minutes anyway.
The question I want to ask you that everyone keeps alluding to is the game change when Mo Salah was taken off. Now, I'm not having it personally. I think it was the right move from Klopp to take off Mo Salah. We're 5-0 up. Rest your best player, wrap him up in cotton wool, and keep him safe. I thought it was the perfect time to do it. And Liverpool players, whoever comes on there, and whoever's on the pitch, just because Salah's come off doesn't mean shit changes. Danny Ings comes on, he's got a job to do. He's got to offer the same, I guess, not availability, but the places and the pitch that Mo Salah was taking, Danny Ings, I didn't think did that for Liverpool. He didn't give the same offering that Mo Salah did when it comes to collecting the ball. So a lot of fans are saying that it was a wrong decision, and that sort of made Liverpool lose the game. And I disagree. I think that was the right time to take Salah off. Don't risk it. You're 5-0 up, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? You should be able to see out a game. And like I said, it was that Lovren switched off, right, for that second. So you can't. I personally think you can't blame taking off Mo Salah for that. Or do you think we should have kept him on?
I think it was it's tough because I'm at that time when you're riding a wave like that, and we were carving out chance after chance after chance, and the reason we were doing that was because Salah was the outlet.
Yeah.
So for me, at that game, I'm just saying, they were so flat at that point, Roma, because they couldn't get out of their own half. They were so scared to attack because Salah was getting in every single time. Now, I just think that if that's your main, I couldn't see Messi getting subbed if it was Barcelona. I wouldn't see Ronaldo getting subbed if it was Real Madrid in the same situation. I don't think. So I think it's at that situation, you're taking your biggest threat off the pitch, which allowed Roma to get out. Because if you look at Danny Ings, his starting position was a lot deeper. So his starting position was deeper, but he wasn't actually protecting the fullback, and he wasn't closing their fullback. So he wasn't protecting Trent, but he wasn't closing the left back or the fullback that they had. So it was either here nor there. So all of a sudden that fullback's like, right, well, I've actually now got the chance to pick a pass. Whereas Salah was up there. And they were literally trying to rob them and get in and go score another one. At 5-0, I guess as a manager, you should think to yourself, game is done. As a manager, you do think that. But at that level, and at such small, fine margins, one goal. Did you see how they changed when they scored one goal? They were buzzing. They would have gone 5-1 and been buzzing.
Yeah, it's also the momentum, isn't it, after that?
And they got 2. One gets 2. They could have had 3. So I just think that for me, I'm actually part of that brigade that says you should have just left him on, because we got nothing to play for in the league, really. I mean, top 4, we it's we're pretty much there. We're pretty much there.
But we're not.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But Ox is injured. Our midfield is depleted as it is. So I can see the dilemma, and the last thing you want is to lose Salah. But I do think that by having Salah on the pitch, they weren't getting out of their half. They were too scared to get out of their half because Liverpool was still looking to go the other way every time. Ings' starting position was a lot deeper, and I just think that Ings. No disrespect to Danny Ings, he's not a wide forward, he's a centre forward. He didn't play that position very well, and unfortunately, it could come back to bite us in the arse.
Well, I think the other I've always said that I haven't really trusted Klopp's substitute decisions, and this was the first time he actually made the decision, and that's why I stick by it. I think that was the right move, and Liverpool should have seen the game out. If like the likes of Rafa there, Mourinho there, if it's 5-0 up, they're not conceding. Then they will not be conceding a goal. So that's why he brought Klavan on, I think, on the 91st minute, I think.
Which is a bit bizarre.
Bring Klavan on a lot earlier.
Yeah, I would have done that.
Do you know what I mean?
If anything, if you're going to sub Salah, bring Klavan on for that one.
Exactly. So that's where I was really going with that. And that's exactly what I thought, that should have happened. But anyway, so moving on, Salah. Where we've spoken about him, I think everyone, not just us, everyone's talking about Salah. Now everyone's saying he is the best player in the world right now. Is he better than Messi? Is he better than Ronaldo?
So I think it's very. I think we've got to make it very clear that people are saying the best player on the planet at the moment.
Right now.
Yeah, you cannot put him in the same bracket as Messi and Ronaldo over longevity or anything like that. But at the present moment, is he doing things that the likes of Messi and Ronaldo aren't doing? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. Now, Ronaldo scored one of the best goals I've seen, that overhead kick.
And he didn't get played.
And he didn't get goal of the month, which is ridiculous. Messi does it. We see it. You see all the clips. You see it on Sky Sports News. You watch the games. He still does it in glimpses. At the moment, I'd say Salah's doing it on a more regular basis. And the only thing I would say is Messi and Ronaldo play in better sides than what Salah plays in. On the whole. I'd say Salah's doing it with a team that isn't quite as good as those two, but they're gelling. They're quite well gelled. So for me, I'd say at the moment, I can see why people are getting carried away and saying, yeah, at the moment he's the best player on the planet. At the moment, but you cannot stress that enough. He's not better than. He won't have career-wise. That Ronaldo's towards the back end. Not the back end. He still looks in great shape and he still scores loads of goals. But he's Salah's coming into the best years of his life now. Messi is probably coming, he's sort of riding the back end of the wave of the best years and going into the twilight. Ronaldo's probably a little bit further and probably into the twilight, I'd say. So to say Salah in the same breath, it's a great credit to Salah, and it's brilliant to say that he's capable of that. But this is the first time he's done it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get too carried away, but at the moment he's doing things that others aren't doing as consistently.
Yeah.
At the moment,
I second that as well. I think he needs to do it consistently. But right now, what he's doing, all the records he's breaking, all kinds of records, he is probably the best player in the world right now. It depends on, I guess, who lifts the trophy at the end of the day as well.
And it can change. It can all change.
Exactly. I mean, Ronaldo and Salah are very close in goals. Ronaldo is normally, this is where he really sort of comes to light and takes over. So he could shine in the Champions League semi-final against Bayern Munich and in the final, so we don't know.
Yeah. The only thing I'd say is that Salah scores a lot of goals in, on separate occasions. Whereas, these guys, the Messis and the Ronaldos take penalties, they take all the free kicks, and they score, they might go away to, Leganes or whatever, away. Leganes at home, and they'll beat him 5-6-0, and he scores 3, 2 of them being penalties or stuff like that. So, statistics, take them with a pinch of salt. They do score a lot more. In one game, they might score 4 goals, whereas Salah scores his goals over different games. So I don't know. I just think at the moment he's doing all the right things to be one of the best players in the world.
Salah's goals were absolutely
all different goals as well.
Yeah, I mean, his goals. I'm talking about just the game against Roma were absolutely breathtaking. The first goal was incredible. We went absolutely berserk, and the second goal was just so class the way he did it with ease. But the guy that people seem to forget, and I don't think Liverpool fans do, but some people seem to do, is Bob. His part in some of these goals, the touch, it's just and it's reading, and I think he reads Salah so well. The timing of that pass when he waited for that pass for the second one, and then his goals as well. He adds so much to the team. So I think even though there's a massive shout out to Salah and what he's done for the club and what he's continued to do, Bobby has to be put right up there with him.
The guy scored 2 goals yesterday as well, so it's not a joke. I think I mean,
and like you said, I think what is Bobby's price tag now?
Yeah, we asked the question yesterday. What would be worth now? It's got to be 60 million plus in today's market.
Even more,
if something like that. I think the other one straight away. You can't mention those two without mentioning Sadio. Listen, Sadio frustrates the life out of me. It really does, but for the right reasons. You know, he makes bad decisions sometimes, takes a heavy touch when everything's in front of him and stuff. But you just cannot deny the guy's hunger, desire, and just consistent. What is the word I'm looking for? Just tenacity to just continue to want to be in there, to continue to want to go and rat somebody. So listen, our front three at the moment, and I was just talking to somebody else about it as well. He said, the thing is, he goes, the reason why it works so well is because as a defender, you can't ignore one. You can't even ignore one of them.
Exactly. If one's not working on one day, you know Mane's going to come to the party.
Yeah.
If Mane's not there, and you know 9 times out of 10, Firmino and Salah are going to be there. So for a team, it's just a complete nightmare. And I think that's why when people say about the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona, is that Liverpool, they have some serious threats from everywhere. It's not just so Messi. Everyone sort of looks at Messi to turn the game around for them. If Salah's not working, you're going to get something come from Mane or Firmino. So I think, like we said, with Keita coming as well, the midfield is going to be even stronger moving on.
Well,
but
to make a point, I guess it will sort of ties in quite nicely. But the midfield yesterday, salute. Because listen, obviously, real shame about the Ox, and we were, I genuinely can't. I'm gutted, and I know the Arsenal fans will be like, yeah, well, he always gets injured, I told you, but it's just such a shame to see someone who's kicked his game on so much, and the World Cup was...
The timing...
I think he would have been a starter. For me, he'd be a starter in midfield, but, it looks like he's going to be against the clock for that. Listen, fingers crossed that he's all right, and mate, listen, all the best to the Ox, because hopefully he's there, but Gini, Millie, and Hendo yesterday... My word,
Gini is probably one of the best games I've seen him play for a long time. We got mixed opinions in our family. I think a lot of people think that he's not as great and he doesn't do much. But if you think that, watch that game again yesterday, because he was everywhere. He was literally ratting everywhere. And he got into goal scoring positions, and he was taking up some.
But the chance we had after they scored that first goal,
yeah.
Fucking hell!
Yeah, if you only put that in.
Do you know what I mean? It's just. But listen, he was brilliant yesterday. But for me, there's one special mention I need to make. I give him a hard time a lot of the time because I don't think, and it goes back to the point. It happened yesterday, but Henderson against Nangolan, right? Listen. Now, I know that the goal came from Nangolan's pass, and then he was involved with the pen, but I don't think it was a pen, and B, the ball was a good pass, but should have been dealt with. But Jordan Henderson battered him up all game, ratting him, smashing him every time he gets a touch around him, not letting him play. If anyone that's got problems or thinks that Jordan Henderson shouldn't be doing this, shouldn't be doing that, listen, the guy yesterday put in a hell of a performance against a guy that everyone thinks is just a worldie, right? Everyone's like, Nangolan, yeah, mate, what a player. Henderson gave him a torrid time yesterday. As I said, he played a very, very good pass for that goal to Dzeko, and because they've scored from it, it's a great assist, but it should have been cut out, right? And that leads on to the next point. I thought Millie was sensational yesterday, but the difference is, and if you watch the game closely yesterday, and I've said this to my brother so many times, when Hendo's got the ball, he looks up and he sees that pass. Bobby's broken in, he's picked up a gap between he's broken the lines, sent the defender here, midfielder here, he's picked a position on the half turn, and you're looking at Hendo saying, just go on, back yourself, play that pass. He looks up, and you can almost see in his mind, he's saying, should I do it? Nah, I'm just going to roll Robbo. Nah, I'm just going to roll it out to Trent. That's fine, but that's the difference between being a influential player, an influential midfielder going forward and defending, or just being a good holding midfielder. Because yesterday Milner backs himself. He's not going to get you loads of goals, but he's got you assists, the most assists ever in the Champions League. But he plays that ball through the lines. As soon as he gets it, boom, back yourself to hit that first pass, break the lines. But as I said, the performance for the whole midfield yesterday was superb, and literally that's the reason why it allowed the front boys to go on and cause havoc.
So the question now, I think everyone's asking, obviously Milner, he's got the most assists in the Champions League in history, so which is a serious statement. Should he be playing for England?
Listen, people straight away are going to be like, right? I'm telling you, I've been saying this to you for a while, right? And I'm pretty sure I've said it in some of the other videos. You tell me another midfielder in the England team that's covering the distances that he has. He's broken the record for assists in the Champions League, right? He looks fitter than, as I said, looks fitter than I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just consistently there. And with the England squad at the moment, I know that they're going through a transition, but you always need your experienced heads. If Joe Hart's going to go, and the guy's been dog shit, yeah? Dog shit all season. If he's going to the World Cup, right, which everyone thinks he is, and I stress, dog shit, right? Why is Milner not going? These are in a semi-final, and then they're playing for the top four and pushing for the final, and this guy's got all the assists. So if you're telling me mate he's going to go, there's no reason why this guy shouldn't be there in there. I know he's retired. Listen, that just takes a conversation. Get him along, because I can't think of any midfielders at the moment who are at the level that he is at the moment, and going into a big tournament like that. Listen, you tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he's going to have to. I think Southgate's going to have to make that call, because his experienced head for me is the biggest part that I think he can play in that whole camp. You always need it, and the fact that he's absolutely firing at the moment, you're not just having him here for the sake of the experience. You're having him, just like you said, because he's playing in the semi-final of a Champions League. He is sitting right at the top in terms of midfield. So all these people who love up stats, we're not big fans of stats. But if you love up stats, what can you say? You've got absolutely nothing to say to that. Apart from that, he's got the most assists.
And then the distance covered at the game against Man City.
That's what I'm saying. If you're a stats man, he has to be there. But I think the argument is valid, and he definitely should make the call, because he's all firing all cylinders. So
is he the most glamorous? If you're an England fan, you're going to go back to the whole point of, oh well, we've always picked the Lampards and the Rooneys because they're just proven names. Da, da, da. This mate is proven on the pitch.
Yeah.
So it's not. I know he's an old time name.
He ain't played for Man City for no reason.
Exactly. You don't win Premier League titles if you're at Man City if you're shit. So listen.
I'm pretty sure if you ask any team that he's played for, what did you think of Milner? They're all going to say the same thing.
Yeah. And listen, this is like, as Liverpool fans that watch the games every week in, week out, there's some people I know that tune into this channel that think Milner's horseshit, but I think that's because that's just maybe a personal thing you might have against him, but you can't argue with what his performances are saying. So
let's wrap this video up. So second leg, and first of all, actually, who's the man of the match for you? I think
Mo Salah. He's just 2 goals, 2 assists.
Yeah, it's either Mo Salah or Gini for me. I think you have to give it for Mo. 2 goals, 2 assists. You can't argue with that. The guy is incredible. He got the first goal and to settle things down for us, and he just looks unstoppable. So definitely hats off to Mo Salah and man of the match. And second leg, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm very confident that we would win that fixture as well. And I think we will go through. And obviously if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I'm very confident that we will go through.
I'm as you could probably guess, as a type of person I am, I'm very nervous. 5-1, I would have been buzzing. 5-2 for me leaves the door wide open, and we need to score. We need to score early. So fingers crossed that we get the goal and kick through.
Don't sit on the fence. Are we going to win or are we going to lose that fixture?
I think we lose the fixture, but we win the tie.
Do you think we're going to lose?
I think we lose on the night. So I think it might be like 2-1 to them. I think, but we go through. Because I think it'll be very nervy. I think it'll be like 2-0 to them, and we'll get one. And then we'll lose on the night, but we get an away goal and go through. But I just think that we shouldn't be in this predicament. We shouldn't be in this predicament.
I think Liverpool will score at least 2 goals. So I'm going to go with 2-2. So that's what I'm going to go with. So yeah, let us know your opinion on the video, the second leg coming up, and what do you think Liverpool will go through, and some of the questions that we asked. Do you think Salah is the best player in the world right now? Do you think Liverpool are better than Barcelona, or am I just getting overhyped at the moment? And should Milner be playing for England? So let us know your opinions on that, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.